I'm David Law. My book is Constitutionalism in Context, published by Cambridge University Press. This book has unusual geographical and substantive range. So the typical move is you cover about a dozen countries, the usual suspects: Canada, South Africa, Israel, India, a bunch of Western Europe, and then you call it a day. And when you cover these countries, you cover the usual topics like freedom of expression, freedom of religion, a lot of emphasis on civil and political liberties. You assume the country has judicial review, and you focus more specifically on liberal constitutional democracies with judicial review. Frankly, that doesn't describe a lot of the world. We don't all live in North America. We don't all live in Western Europe, where you can rely on having liberal democratic neighbors. We have to understand not only our own systems, but the systems of those immediately around us. So Asia is not well represented in the literature. The global south is not well represented. The Muslim world is not well represented. This book goes out of its way to make sure that these places, these regions get their due. Half of the world's population is in Asia. The majority of the world's economic growth is there. Half of the chapters are drawn from Asia. A quarter of the world's population is Muslim. A quarter of the case studies in this book are Muslim. This is diversity. The book, in a sense, embodies diversity, but it's not simply diversity for diversity's sake. It's diversity because in order to understand constitutionalism, we have to understand constitutionalism in all of its diversity. It would be a bit like we want to understand the human body, but we only study tall people or rich people, right? There's nothing wrong with studying people who are tall or people who are wealthy, but we do need to understand other types of people. Just as in constitutional law, we have to understand other types of systems, or else we really don't understand what we're talking about.